Today is Monday, Parashat Noach. Parashat Noach tells us at the beginning of the parasha that Noach was ish tzaddik, tamim haya bedorotav. He was a righteous person, holy righteous person in his generations. Why does the Torah mention in his generations? And Masechet Sanhedrin tells us that in his generations he was considered a righteous person relative to the people of his generation. But had he lived in the generation of Moshe, Rabbi, or the generation of Shmuel, he would not have been considered such a big righteous person. And the question is asked, why does the Gemara single out Moshe and Shmuel when he wants to contrast it in a way with Noach? Well, Moshe Rabbeinu really dedicated his life to Am Yisrael. He pleaded on behalf of Am Yisrael. He taught Am Yisrael Torah. He was fully dedicated to his people. Towards the end of his life, just before he passed away, he blessed Am Yisrael. He cared for them. He asked Hashem to forgive Am Yisrael when they sinned. He rebuked them when it was necessary to correct them. He was all about giving of himself for the benefit of the cloud, the benefit of the people of his generation. Shmuel, also a Navi, was known as a prophet who went around from city to city and connected people with Hashem and taught them. He was dedicated to his community, to his people, to the Am Yisrael. Noach, by contrast, was a person, yes, he was a righteous person. Noach was on the path to serve Hashem. He was a righteous way, in that way he was a righteous person. But he did not put enough effort to correct the people of his generations, to show them the right way, to pray on their behalf, to care for what would be going to happen with the Mabul. He was already alerted that it was going to be the Mabul, the great flood. He could have prayed on behalf of the people, just like Avraham Avinu prayed for the people of Sodom, or just like Moshe Rabbeinu prayed to Hashem for him to forgive Am Yisrael. But Noach did not do that. And since he did not do that, that's why there's Haftarah that we're going to read this coming Shabbat. It speaks about Mei Noach, the waters of Noach. Why? It was not the waters of Noach. Noach was a righteous person because he did not try to pray on behalf of the people of his generation. He did not try to really have an influence on them, to get them to change their ways. That's why it's called the waters of Noach. So this is why in the Gemara it contrasts Noach to Moshe and Shemuel. And from this, an important lesson is whatever talents that we have, whatever qualities that we have, whatever understanding that we have of the Torah is something to be shared and to be helping others and to contribute to others, the people that we live with, the community that we live with, and not just to think about, I'm okay, then everything is fine, but to think about our society, to try to give and be a contributing person. And if you have influence on others to get them on the right path, you have an obligation to do that. And that's why it says tzaddik bedorotav, in his generations. But he was different than Moshe and Shmuel. Had he lived in their generations, they would have been a lot more righteous than him. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.